You're watching WPDE News Channel 15 at 11 with Allyson Floyd and Keith Sterling. And now the Grandstand and PD's #1 source for local news, WPDE News Channel 15.
Welcome back, everyone. On the same day that Secretary of State Colin Powell started his trip to the Middle East, the Israeli army withdrew from 2 Palestinian towns.
However, the Israeli incursion continues with violence in other areas of the West Bank. Adora Udoji has the latest from Jerusalem.
As Secretary Powell stepped into the Middle East crisis, the Israeli military began an army redeployment, a partial withdrawal from Qalqilia and Tulkarm, where their forces will pull back outside town perimeters. They've already departed from one small village, leaving a trail of destruction.
I'm pleased to hear that some instructions have been given to move Israeli Defense Forces out of a couple of the towns in the West Bank.
Still, in other places, sounds of battle filled the air. In Bethlehem, Palestinian gunmen holed up in the Church of the Nativity kept firing, and Israeli soldiers fired back. Their smoke bomb ignited a fire. The most intense fighting, though, was in the Jenin refugee camp, where Israeli forces fired dozens of missiles. That did not stop determined Palestinian gunmen.
I think Sharon declared the end of the peace process today.
That's Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon, who had a different take as he spoke to Israeli parliament members. He said the massive military operation is accomplishing their goals, arresting terrorist suspects, as Israeli forces did in Nablus, and shutting down secret passageways, as claimed in this Israeli army video. Still, in a slight softening, Israel's foreign minister said they would allow Secretary Powell, if he chooses, to meet with Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, who is still confined in Ramallah.
We checked the different possibilities. It looks to me that under the present circumstances, Ramallah is going to be the place.
Meanwhile, Powell quickly faced tough questions from the King of Morocco, who immediately asked why he did not go directly to Jerusalem. To which Secretary Powell said he thought it necessary to consult with Arab leaders to prepare for his meetings here in Jerusalem. He's simply trying to rally support for his crucial efforts this week. Adora Udoji, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Many Americans have asked how the conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians affects our country.
Now, indirectly, all Americans and South Carolinians will feel the brunt of the conflict by pumping gas. Iraqi President Saddam Hussein announced today that his country will stop the export of oil for at least 30 days until Israeli forces withdraw from Palestinian territories. The move will cause gas prices to rise but should not hurt the world's supplies. Iraq has called for other Arab states to cut oil exports as well in an effort to pressure the U.S. government to force Israel to end its military offensive against the Palestinians. And if the high gas prices have you thinking about flying this summer, customer service is getting better at almost all of the country's biggest airlines.
That's according to one new study. The annual Airline Quality Report says since September 11th, fewer passengers have meant fewer problems. For the first time, Alaska Airlines was rated highest for passenger service. At the bottom of that list, TWA, now run by American. Southwest Airlines is your best bet if you want to get where you're going on time. Alaska Airlines had the worst on-time record. But if you want your bags to arrive with you, Alaska Airlines is the best. Only 3 misplaced bags per 1,000 passengers. American Eagle had the worst record with 7 misplaced bags per 1,000 passengers.
Well, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski off tonight, but meteorologist Jen Gilbert has our first look at our forecast. Jen?
Allyson, and of course it was much warmer today than we've seen recently, and tomorrow is looking to be even warmer, but we will have more clouds in the sky, and then some rain will be moving in by midweek. I'll have all those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. First, let's check out your beach forecast and your lake levels.
Dress up and step out with Ed and Keith.
Saturday night, April 13th, for the American Cancer Society's Hope Ball 2002. This year's military theme, joining forces.
And now, the Grand Strand and Wpde's most accurate weather with meteorologist Ed Piotrowski on your #1 source for local news, WPDE, News Channel 15.
Welcome back, everyone. Finally, some warmer weather returned to the Carolinas. After 4 days with temperatures just in the lower 60s, we returned to seasonable norms with temperatures jumping back up into the 70s everywhere. And tomorrow is looking to be even warmer. Here's a look at today's high temperatures. 76 back in Florence, 74 in Lumberton, even made it up to 70 degrees along the coastline. And it definitely felt warmer outside today, even though it was definitely a little bit more humid as well. Currently, it is mild outside, 65 only in in Florence and in Lumberton, 64 along the beaches right now. And we can expect these overnight low temperatures only to be dropping down to the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. So it will be a very mild evening coming up tonight. Now, unfortunately, as we did have warmer temperatures today, we couldn't hang on to the crystal clear skies that we saw this weekend. More clouds moved into the eastern Carolinas today, especially along the coastline. There were a fair number of clouds this afternoon. Right now, overcast back in the PD and partly cloudy skies along the coastline. But these clouds are increasing in advance of this next system. And check out all of the rain moving through the Gulf states right now. This system has some very severe weather associated with it as well. There were tornado watches and warnings located throughout sections of Louisiana and Texas, even into Mississippi today as the system did move through. There was a tremendous amount of lightning as well. And really, it is a large system. You can see a lot of rain, even moving rain throughout the Midwest as well today. And this big system will start to push towards us by tomorrow, but we will see one more dry day, and the rain won't really be arriving until overnight Tuesday and during the day on Wednesday. So we'll start to push towards us, but by tomorrow morning, it still will be hanging back with the majority of the rain throughout the Tennessee River Valley. We'll start the day under mostly sunny skies, definitely more clouds, though, than we saw this weekend, and then the clouds will really start to increase during the afternoon hours as this system does push towards us. And then as we go into the overnight period tomorrow night, throughout the morning on Wednesday, that's when we can expect some rain showers to begin, even some isolated thunderstorms throughout the day on Wednesday as well. But it will feel warm, much warmer tomorrow even than what we saw today, with high temperatures back in Florence pushing near 80 degrees. Along the border belt, it will be warm as well, and even the coastline will see temperatures well into the 70s. But once the rain does move through and the clouds, that will keep our temperatures down a little bit for Wednesday, cooling back down into the low to mid 70s everywhere. So one more very warm day, and it will feel humid tomorrow as well. But first, here's your forecast for tonight. Expect partly cloudy skies out there, and again, it will feel mild. The overnight low only down to 58 in Lumberton, 59 in Florence, and 61 along the beaches, as the wind will stay strong overnight tonight, and that will help to keep our temperatures up. Throughout the morning hours, around the 9 o'clock hour, heading out to work or to school, expect temperatures climbing in to the middle 70s, under partly sunny skies, or 60s rather, and then we'll be moving into the mid 70s in Myrtle Beach tomorrow afternoon, 81 even in Florence, and 78 in Lumberton, under mostly cloudy skies. And it will be breezy as well tomorrow afternoon, with the winds out of the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now here's your forecast for the next 7 days. Again, the clouds increasing late tomorrow in advance of this system pushing through will bring us some scattered showers and even thunderstorms possibly for Wednesday. And unfortunately, the system will be stalling out along the coastline, keeping the rain with us for Thursday and Friday. I don't believe any of these days will be complete washouts, just some scattered showers, and it will be cloudy as well. And the temperatures dropping down to around 70 degrees by the end of the weekend, or work week rather, and then the weekend right now is looking to be pretty good out there. Keith and Allie?
Jen, thanks.
Sports is up next. Rich Chrampanis has highlights as the Braves begin a 10-game road trip tonight in Philadelphia.
Plus, the Winston Cup circuit had a Monday matinee in Texas. Rich has highlights next.